Hey everyone, it's Liz, and today I am coming to you from one of the most popular tourist attractions in Nevada and the Southwest. I am at the Hoover Dam. It is currently Monday morning around 8:30. I got here early. I wanted to avoid a lot of the traffic and the crowds, and it looks like it's pretty light right now. There was no traffic getting in, no problem finding parking. Now, if you are driving yourself versus like taking a tour bus or something, you will have to go through a security checkpoint. At this point, they had me roll down all of my windows, asked me if I had any firearms in the vehicle, and then I went into the self-parking. It's $10 to self-park, and then they asked me if I had any animals in the car, which obviously I don't. I found easy parking on the second floor, and so now I'm going to head downstairs to the visitor center and get tickets for the power plant tour and the Hoover Dam tour.
First floor.
So here's the pricing on the tours. Now for $30, you can take a dam tour, and it also includes the power plant tour. Or you can just go with the power plant tour, which is $15. And for just the visitor center admission, it's $10. But it looks like for $30, you get all of that included. I think they don't technically open until 9 a.m., but right now it is a ghost town here, which for me is awesome. Oh wow, is the escalator not working? 58 steps. Once you arrive at the visitor center, there is a sign stating that currently masks are required in this facility. And anyone with claustrophobia, pacemakers, or defibrillators should not take the tours. The early morning crowd started to line up pretty fast, and once inside, you pass through a metal detector, and the first stop is a 10-minute movie that explains the history of the dam. There were 60 people in this tour group, and 30 of us packed into the first elevator and traveled 570 feet down to one of 4 original diversion tunnels. At the end of this tunnel were windows where you could view one of the pipes with water traveling in it on its way to generators that create electricity. The tour guide gave a presentation explaining briefly how the dam was built and how the dam works. Now here are just a few clips, not all of it of course, just for the sake of time.
And one remained open, allowing the river, the Colorado, to resume its course downstream while Lake Mead began to fill. And it took over 6.5 years to fill Lake Mead. Those are the intake towers, and this is how the water gets to the generators. So the water comes from Lake Mead, goes into the intake towers, 4 of them, 2 on the Nevada side and 2 on the Arizona side. Water goes into the intake tower into a 30-foot in diameter penstock pipe, like this big one that you can see out the window. Can you feel that vibration underneath your feet? Well, in that pipe, up to 96,000 gallons of water per second can be flowing. And that's enough water to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool in 7 seconds. Now from this pipe, water goes into a smaller 13-foot in diameter penstock pipe into the generators. And these red dots represent the generators. The water spins the turbines, produces the electricity, then that water will resume its course downstream. We are at a critical water level. However, we still have enough water to do what we need to do. Lack of snow melt, remember, and drought. But Hoover Dam is a mighty dam that could never stop.
The next stop is to the actual power plant itself. And it is a cool 70 degrees down here. It feels very nice. Piling into the elevator again. And this time we traveled 32 feet back up. This is the actual power plant, and here you can see the tops of the generators while the rest of them are underground. This is really a cool sight to see, and I do recommend this power plant tour for those that are up to it.
There's 8 on the Nevada side. Remember, we're on the Nevada side, and there's 9 on the Arizona side.
Once this tour is over, it's time to go to the observation tower. But first, I did a quick walkthrough of the Hoover Dam Exhibit Center. This is really full of information for those that are into history.
Tunnels and the canyon walls became the massive spillways.
This elevator was out of service too, and yet another set of stairs had to be conquered. I am afraid of heights, so I don't know why I'm doing this. So this platform that's right here, that is the roof of the building that we were actually standing in, that we took the elevator down to, more than 500 feet. And up here you can see we have this beautiful bridge. There is a walkway along there, and that is how I'm going to end my day here at Hoover Dam, is once again doing something at very extreme high heights. Give me a thumbs up for effort. So if you guys are visiting Southern Nevada, like Las Vegas or Henderson, and you have the opportunity to come to Hoover Dam, I would really suggest that you do it. I would also suggest that you do start early in the morning. This tour started at 9:30, and right now outside, I believe it's around 95. There's a slight breeze, and it's actually not that bad. But if you were to come any later than that, it would probably be pretty toasty. So this area that I'm in right now, this overlook, you do have to pay, I believe the minimum is $10 to get inside here, inside the center. So you could park for 10 bucks, you could pay 10 bucks to get in. The power plant tour is 15. If you wanted the overlook, the power plant, and the dam tour, then it's 30. But just as we were standing in line, they went and indicated by a piece of paper covering up the dam tour that it was not available, and that was because they are short-staffed. So because of that, I will not be taking a dam tour or the official dam tour today, but I am going to be walking around a little bit more. Yeah, let's see what else we can find here. And so behind me over here, you can see that there are 4 intake towers. There's 2 on the Nevada side, 2 on the Arizona side. I'm going to make my way over to the ones on the Nevada side and see if I can catch a glimpse of how low the water level is up against those intake towers. This is Monument Plaza, which is currently under renovation. It was originally completed in 1937, and it was to celebrate the completion of such a modern marvel, and also to commemorate the ones that lost their lives during its construction. There are 2 30-foot-tall bronze winged figures of the Republic, along with 12 bronze plaques representing the signs of the zodiac, but those were not visible at this time. Okay, I made it over here by the intake tower, so let's take a look at these. There's actually a better view of these intake towers a little bit later in the video. Then over here, you can see where there's a gate up, just to make sure that nobody gets too close to this dam and the intake towers. And I believe this is one of the spillways. And the purpose of that was so if the water ever rose too high, that it would not go over the top of the dam there. So they have these spillways, which would divert the water somewhere else, probably around the dam. I'm sure that thing probably won't see water for a long time. Okay, here's a sign that explains a little bit better. The last time the waters of the Colorado River flowed through this spillway was in 1983. And that's what it looked like when there was water coming over it. And as you see, this is what it looks like now. And then if we come over here, oh my gosh, whoa. You can see that when it gets to a certain point and reaches higher than that big step right here, that it goes into a long, dark tunnel. This is freaking me out. And the weird thing is, I can hear water down there, even though you can't see any. Here's a better view of the intake towers. What you're seeing is a water level that has dropped so low that it's hitting a little bit below the 50% mark of these intake towers, meaning that you're seeing the top 50% of the tower. The halfway mark is at around 1,045 feet above sea level. Once the water gets to the bottom of the intake tower, which is located at 895 feet above sea level, that is considered dead pool, meaning no water can pass through the intake towers at all to generate power. And here I am standing officially between the states of Arizona and Nevada. And the last stop in my video is going to be at the top of that bypass bridge. So let's go. All right, it's about 11 a.m. and you can see how many people are here now. So now we are at the start of the overpass bridge, and this is free, but check out this walk just to get up to the bridge. If you can't see in the video, there are walkways that just go this way, zigzag, 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 all the way up to the top of the bridge. It is free, but make sure you bring a hat, sunblock, and plenty of water. This bridge is jointly named after Mike O'Callahan, a former Nevada governor, and Pat Tillman, an American football player that joined the Army and was killed in Afghanistan. All right, let's get started up this long walkway. Actually, there is a more direct way up there. I believe that this ramp is for wheelchair access or for those that don't want to take stairs. There are a set of stairs which are a much shorter path than taking the ramp all the way up there. Yeah, so if anyone is interested in visiting a tourist attraction where you can get a really great workout in, Hoover Dam is it. Wow, and here we are. I have driven past this bridge so many times, and this is the first time that I have actually walked on it. Our beautiful Nevada sign that welcomes everyone in. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with this bridge, yes, it walks right along the freeway in addition to crossing over the Colorado River. So it can be pretty terrifying. I'm not sure how long this bridge is. I'm sure that it stated that somewhere, but I have no intention of walking all the way to the end and back. I think maybe about midway is good enough for me. Oh, here's some information right here. Okay, the bridge length, 1,905 feet, constructed between 2005 and 2010. The bridge width is 88 feet. The width is 88 feet. Height above the river, 888 feet. Now you can only walk across this bridge on one side, but there you can see over here is Lake Mead, and there's the dam obviously. And down there is where the water continues on into the Colorado River and continues flowing south that way. All right, well, I think that's enough for me in this bridge, so I'm gonna start heading back. Thank you everyone for joining me. If you're new to my channel and you'd like to see more content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also comment, like, and share it with someone that you think might be interested in seeing the power plant tour and also the overpass bridge as well as the Hoover Dam. So once again, thank you for joining me, and I will see you again soon.